Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome back. Yeah, today we are going to discuss about networking. So yesterday we discussed about servers, right? Servers and operating system. Find different servers, blade servers, track servers, tower servers, right? Yeah, and operating system, initial stage of implementation, second phase of implementation, third phase of implementation, Docker architecture. So those are very important, very basic things, right? Yeah, today we are going to discuss about networking part. So networking is very important, right? So in real-time projects, currently we are using cloud network, right? So we are not using any physical network. So cloud network, which is AWS network or Azure network or GCP network, right? So cloud network is very easier. So 80% of the networking and servers will be taken care by AWS only. Other 20% we have to take care. Yeah, I already shared my screen. Can you check within? Fine. Yeah. So basically, what is network? Anyone? What is network? What is network? It's a communication between servers, right? Or else devices. Communication between devices. Right? Yeah. A computer network is a system in which multiple computers are connected to each other to share information and resources. Right? See here. This is the physical network. So we use the desktops or laptops to connect LAN connectivity. So through LAN, we can connect our systems to share the resources. We can transfer the data. We can download the data from servers, right? We use a physical network like this. Okay. Yeah. So what are the characteristics of computer network? First one is the share resources from one computer to another. Second one, create files and store them in one computer. Access those files from other computers connected over the network, right? Yeah. So store them in one computer, right? So create files and store them in one computer. So normally in real-time projects, developers, testers, DevOps engineers, they directly connect to the servers, right? So whatever data, so whatever application developed by developers, the application will be developed in servers only directly, right? So from laptop or desktop, we can directly connect to the server, right? We can share the files, we can modify the files in servers only. Because, for example, if you work in your local system, right, that is not secure, right? So directly you can work in servers. So centrally we can store the data. So any team member required that they can access the data directly, right? Yeah. Next one, connect a printer, scanner, or fax machine to one computer within the network and let other computers of the network use the machines available over the network. So normally, for example, one school is there. In school, 5 floors are there, right? So in third floor, we can configure printer as a network printer. We can print the documents from any floor, right? So when you print the document, when you give the print from 5th floor or 4th floor, so the print will be happened in the 3rd floor. So instead of configuring 5 printers in each floor, like one printer in each floor, so we can configure only one printer within the 5th floor. Due to that, what will happen? Cost will be saved. So when we have networking, cost will be saved, right? So instead of configuring printers, scanners in each floor, we can configure in one floor and we can take print from any floor, right? So we can configure as a network printers or scanners, right? So hardware devices required to set up a computer network. So network cables required and distributors required, routers required, internal network cards, external network cards required. So these are the devices to set up the network. Let us go one by one, right? So network cables. So when we talk about cables, very popular cable, which is a category 5 cable, Cat 5 cable, right? So Cat 6 also available currently. So category 5 is the most widely using, right? So category 5, which is very important cable. See here. So network cables are used to connect computers. The most commonly used cable is category 5 cable, which is the RJ45 cable. So this is the category 5 cable, Cat 5. So in this cable, for this cable, we connect one clamp. We can clamp the connector here. So in this clamp, we can use the color coding. So by using color coding only, we can clamp that by using clamping machine, right? Yeah. So when we buy any router, along with the router, we get one cable, which is RJ45 cable, right? So this is RJ45 cable, right? Yeah. Next one, distributors. What is distributor? A computer can be connected to another one via serial port. So, but we need to connect many computers to produce the network. The serial connection will not work. What does it mean? So this is a serial port. So when you want to connect from one network to another network, one switch to other switch, we required backend connectivity by using distributors, right? Routers. What is router? A router is a type of device which acts as the central point among computers and other devices that are a part of the network. It is equipped with holes called ports. Computers and other devices are connected to a router using network cables. Nowadays, routers comes in wireless modes, using which computers can be connected without any physical cable, right? So currently, most of the organizations, even in real-time projects also, they are using Wi-Fi routers. Using Wi-Fi only, they are connecting. Currently, physical networks, most of the companies, project teams, they are using Wi-Fi only. Okay, earlier we used to use RJ45 cable network connectivity, right? So currently Wi-Fi is from anywhere in the organization, you can move laptop anywhere using Wi-Fi. You can work on, right? Network card. So network card is the necessary component of a computer without which computer cannot be connected over a network, right? It is also known as the network adapter or network interface card, NIC. So most branded computers have network card pre-installed, right? Within the motherboard, the card will be available. The chip will be available, right? So network cards are two types, internal and external network cards. So internal network cards. So motherboard has a slot for internal network card where it is to be installed. Internal network cards are two types, in which first type uses peripheral component interconnect, PCI network connection. So while the second type uses industry standard architecture, ISA. Network cables are equipped to provide network access. So normally, earlier we used to use desktops, right? So in desktop, one PCI slot available in desktop. In that PCI slot, we used to insert one network card, and we used to install driver for the network card. So once we install the driver, then network card will start working, right? Yeah. So currently we are not using that. So instead of the motherboard, one chip is coming, right? So directly you can attach to the port, whatever port is provided by the motherboard, right? These are a bit older configurations, okay? But these are important. So if you understand this, so latest one easily you can understand, right? See here, this is a PCI card. Earlier we used to use in desktops. We used to connect this. External network cards. External network cards are two types, wireless and USB cards, right? So wireless network cards need to be installed into the motherboard. So however, no network cable is required to connect to the network. See here? So this is black one is the external network card, right? So you can directly connect like this. So this is USB cards. USB card is easy to use and connects via USB ports. computers automatically detect USB card and can install the drivers required to support the USB network card automatically. So USB network cards also you can use here. These are the external network cards, right? So next one, what are the important types of computer networks available? We have 4 types of networks available here. So PAN, LAN, WAN, MAN. So personal area network, local area network, wide area network, metropolitan area network. So these are the 4 networks available. So let us go with one by one. First one is PAN. It is a personal area network. So can you mute everyone? PAN is a computer network formed around a person. It generally consists of a computer, mobile or personal digital assistant. PAN can be used for establishing communication among these personal devices for connecting to a digital network and the internet. So normally, personal network means around the person, within the room or within the floor, we can use the PAN connectivity, personal network connectivity, right? So normally while using laptop, you can use wireless mouse, wireless keyboard, wireless headset, wireless mic, wireless printer, right? So those devices will work through Bluetooth devices. So within the floor, within the room, we can use that. So, but this PAN network is very efficient, but some disadvantages are there here. Okay. So distance limitation, right? Within 10 meters only that will work. If you move to other floor, if you move to different, some other place, that will not work, right? Yeah, see here. So this is a desktop, right? Desktop or laptop can use. Here we have keyboard, mouse, Bluetooth keyboard, mouse, and a printer, right? Headsets, right? Different devices, even tabs, right? Yeah, we can use this device. So within the floor, within the room, we can use this. So what are the characteristics of PAN? It is mostly personal device network equipped within a limited area, allow you to handle the interconnection of IT devices and the surrounding of a single user. PAN includes mobile devices, tablet, and laptop. Right? So what are the advantages of PAN? PAN networks are relatively secure and safe. It offers only short-range solution up to 10 meters, strictly restricted to a small area. Disadvantages: distance limits. Okay, so only limitation distance. So 10 meters only will work. Next one, LAN. What is LAN? It is a local area network. Right, so it is a group of network devices that allows communication between various connected devices. It covers the smallest areas such as colleges, schools, hospitals, and so on. Normally, in schools, hospitals, right, colleges, we use LAN connectivity, right? For example, in hospital, right? So from OP, we can connect, they can access the patient data. From OP, billing, they can access the patient data, and other places like different floors, from different floors, they can access the patient data. So because through LAN connectivity, they can save the data in servers directly. Backend server will be there. From server, they can access from any floor, any room. Right? Yeah. So LAN is like this. Yeah. Through Ethernet connectivity, we can connect our local area network. Fine. Yeah. What are the characteristics of LAN? It is a private network. It is a completely private, our own network. Right? So LAN operates at a relatively higher speed compared to other WAN systems. LAN is very higher speed. For example, we have a Wi-Fi router, right? So along with the router, we get the cable. When you connect the cable, from router to your laptop, you can see the higher speed, right? So when you connect Wi-Fi, that is also speed, but when you connect the cable, it is higher speed. Normally people, when they try to book Tatkal tickets, they connect cable because higher speed. Bandwidth will be increased. So LAN is higher speed. Okay. Yeah, advantage of LAN. So computer resources like hard disks, DVD RAMs, printers can be shared local area network, right? So local area networks. This significantly reduce the cost of hardware purchases, right? So normally, as we discussed, in hospitals, schools, colleges, normally we use network printers. From any floor, we can give the print, right? So data of all network users can be stored in an single hard disk of the server computer. So normally one server room will be there. That one server will be available. So data will be saved in the central location, the server only. It will be easy to manage data at one place, which makes data more secure, right? So when we save the data in one place, easily admins can manage that, right? Next one, disadvantage of LAN. So unauthorized users can access critical data of an organization in case LAN admin is not able to secure centralized data repository. So if the LAN admin is not capable, not able to manage, definitely hackers will enter, right? Unauthorized users means hackers, right? Yeah, next one, MAN. It's a MAN stands for Metropolitan Area Network. It covers the largest area than LAN, such as small towns, cities, etc. MAN connects two or more computers that reside within the same or completely different cities, right? For example, one office in Hyderabad, another office in Bangalore, so another office in Mumbai or Pune, right? So here we use MAN connectivity, or else within the city, for example, one office is in Kukatpalli, one office is in LB Nagar, so like that. So MAN connectivity we use, Metropolitan Area Network, right? See here, hospitals, schools, colleges, right? So factories, normally we use Metropolitan Area Network. So what are the characteristics? It mostly covers towns and cities in a maximum 50 kilometers range. Mostly used medium is optical fiber cables, optical fiber, so high-speed cables. Advantage of MAN, it offers fast communication using high-speed carriers like fiber optic cables. It provides excellent support for an extensive size network and grant access to the WANs, right? So a MAN network mostly includes some areas of city or an entire city. So normally within the city or entire city we can use this. Disadvantage of MAN. Yeah, see here you need more cables to establish MAN connection from one place to another. A MAN network is a tool to make systems secure from hackers. So whenever we have distance, more distance, yeah, it is difficult to manage, right? Yeah, what is WAN? It is a wide area network. So WAN stands for wide area network. It covers a large area than LAN as well as MAN, such as country and continental, right? So WAN is expensive and should or might not be owned by one organization. So one organization cannot establish the WAN connectivity. So it is a satellite medium. Through satellite only you can communicate country to country, continent to continent, right? See here. So it is a combination of LAN, MAN, WAN. So what are the characteristics of WAN? So any organization can form its global integrated network using WAN. Advantages. So WAN helps you to cover a larger geographical area. Therefore, businesses, offices situated at longer distance can easily communicate. So yeah, WAN connections work using radio transmitters and receivers built into client devices. Disadvantages here is, yeah, the initial setup cost of investment is very higher. So WAN connectivity country to country continent to continent, right? So initial setup of cost, it is very higher. It is difficult to maintain WAN network. You need skilled technicians and network administrators. There are more errors and issues because of the wide coverage. So, and the use of different technologies. Okay. So these are the 4 different networks, right? See here. This is a combination of LAN, MAN, WAN connectivity. Fine. So these are the networks, different types of networks, right? 4 types of networks. So currently we are not using this. These are the traditional networks. Currently we are using cloud networks, virtual networks, right? Because these are very important. Next one. What is IP address? What is an IP address? Anyone? IP address. Anyone? What is IP address? Fine. So IP stands for Internet Protocol, right? IP stands for Internet Protocol. Yeah. It is a unique address that identifies a device on the internet or a local area network. So normally every server, every system, every device will have one unique IP, right? For example, so my laptop also having one IP. I just want to open command prompt. If you type here ipconfig, you will get your IP address. See here. So this is my IPv4 address. Right. So this is my IP address. So this IP is a unique IP for every system. So IP will not be overlap, right? So IP should be unique for every system. So it is showing different IPs, right? Here one IP, here one IP. Why it is showing like this? I'm using 2 routers. Here one router and one router, right? That is why this is changing, IP changing. That is why it is showing 2 IP addresses. Fine. Yeah, which is the set of rules governing the format of data sent via the internet or local area network, right? So normally every server, every switch, every laptop, every desktop will have one IP, which is a unique IP address. Next one, types of IP addresses. What are the types of IP addresses available? There are various classifications of IP addresses, and each category further contain some types here. First one, private IP address, right? Private IP means that is a standard IP, static IP. You can say static IP. So private IP is where we use within the organization, right? Second one, public IP. Public IP for external connectivity. If you want to connect outside world, we use the public IP address, right? So in public IP, we have two types of IP address are there. In public IP, we have 2 types of IPs: dynamic IP address and also static IP address. What is dynamic IP? Anyone? What is dynamic IP? So any admins are there in our session? Keep on changing, right? So why it will change? Keep on change. Security. Okay. So dynamic IP, basically this is a public IP or dynamic. Yeah, dynamic IP. Why it is changed every time, right? For example, in cloud also we use dynamic IPs. In cloud data center, AWS data center, backend there will be one DHCP server. DHCP server, which is a DHCP full form is Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. DHCP server. So what will happen? Whenever you start server in cloud, DHCP server will give new IP address. Whenever you stop the server, DHCP server will take back that IP. Whenever again you start, it will give back, it will give one more IP, new IP. So like that, whenever you stop a server, IP will be changed dynamically. So backend DHCP server will give the new IP, will take back that IP, again it will give new IP when you stop the server, right? So why we require that? Why they give like that? One point is security, right? So security is not a major thing. So basically that is free of cost. That IP is free of cost. Randomly that will allocate the IP addresses. Okay. Yeah. Static IP means it is a private IP. So permanent IP, not private IP, permanent IP. Static IP, permanent IP. So normally physical server, how many IPs will be there? Anyone? Physical server. How many IPs will be there? Only one IP. Only one IP, right? Which is network IP. So another IP also available, which is console IP. That is not, don't need to consider that. Only one IP will be there for physical server, which is a network IP, right? But the cloud side, so when we talk about cloud, two IPs will be there. First one is public IP and private IP. So private IP is a static IP, public IP is a dynamic IP. Even in public IP also, two types of IPs will be there, right? Yeah. So apart from this, in cloud side, one more IP will be there. That is a elastic IP, right? So cloud side, one more IP will be there. Three IP addresses: public IP, private IP, elastic IP. So while working on AWS, I'll show you that how to get the elastic IP from AWS. How can we allocate that IP to our server? How can we deassociate, associate, right? We'll see that. We'll go deep dive. Next one, what is subnet? What is subnet, anyone? Subnet. Subnet is a sub network, small network, right? So instead of the large network, we can create sub network, small network. Why we require subnet? Because of security. Security. For example, in cloud data center, yeah, we have large network. Instead of the large network, what we will do? We create one network, our own network, right? So within the network, we can create sub networks. Because, for example, so we have 1,000 servers are there. In 1,000 servers, we have development servers, testing servers, production servers, right? So if you create only one subnet, you cannot control the traffic. In production servers, we have database servers also, right? So normally database servers, we don't allow inbound traffic. If you allow inbound traffic, what will happen? Data may be leaked. That is why, so we create subnets and we control the inbound traffic to the database servers, right? So normally the subnets, we can create sub ranges, IP ranges. Based on that, this will be divided. For example, this is one floor. In the floor, we don't have rooms. One class is going on that place, another class is going here. Some noise will be, some disturbance will be happening, right? So when we divide room, what will happen? Security and noise will not be. So the same way, here also, instead of the large network, we can create sub network, small network, to control the traffic, inbound traffic, outbound traffic, right? Yeah, subnet ranges are there. So I want to show you that different ranges are there. How to divide subnets, we'll try to understand now. See here. So these are all subnet ranges. How can we divide network? So we'll try to understand. So normally, yeah. For example, yeah, before that, a subnet or subnetwork is a smaller network inside of a larger network. See here, these are the small networks. small networks instead of the large network. We divide it into small network. Here they are showing something like 200.200.10.48./48/29. What is /29? What is /28? Right? We'll see that. See here. /28 or 29. When they give /29, so we can accommodate 8 IP addresses. /29 will provide you 8 IP addresses. You can connect 8 devices, 8 servers, right? /28, 16, right? So most of the time we use /24, 256 IP addresses. Subnet range, minimum range is this one. Normally we use in real-time projects. /24 means 256 servers, right? And primary network range, we use /16, this range, 65,536 IP addresses. Within the organization, normally we use this /16. /16 means 65,536. Right? So like this you can calculate 2 to the power of 16. Okay, 2 to the power of 24. So different calculations are there. I will go deep dive. I'll show you that while working on the VPC networking part in cloud. Next one, what is network switch? Yeah, a switch is a device in a computer network that connects other devices together. Multiple data cables are plugged into a switch to enable communication between different networked devices. See here, this is the traditional switch, physical switch. Normally, yeah, to connect your systems, desktops or laptops or servers, we used to use these physical switches. Currently, we are not using physical switches. So cloud data centers, they are using physical switches. So even some organizations, they are using local data centers, on-premises data centers. Okay. So what is gateway? Gateway is a router. So to communicate from one network to other network, we require gateways. See here, this is the gateway. So this is one network, this is another network. So this network range is 10.0.0.0/8. This network range is 20.0.0.0/8. Two different ranges, network ranges. So between two networks, communication will not be available. So by using gateways, we can establish the communication. From one network to other network, we can establish communication between gateways. Okay. Next one, what is firewall? What is firewall? Right. So firewalls are network security systems that prevent unauthorized access to a network. It can be hardware or software unit that filters the incoming or outgoing traffic within the network. Right. So firewall is a one security layer which will control inbound, outbound traffic. So in AWS or Azure or GCP, we use firewalls to control the traffic. Right. See here, this is the firewall. So by creating firewall rules, we can allow denied traffic, right? So for example, so if you want to connect any network, any devices, any servers, any network, through internet we can connect, right? So for example, if you want to connect your office network, you require internet, right? Through internet, first you can connect your, how can we connect office network? Anyone? Through VPN. First we connect VPN. So VPN will allow you to connect your office network. VPN is a virtual private network, right? So through internet only we can connect VPN, right? So internet is the most vulnerable network, more risky network, right? So that is why most of the organizations, yeah, they use firewalls. Startup companies, they may not use firewalls, are a bit costlier, right? So startup companies also currently they are using, because critical data will be lost, right? So startup companies also they are using currently. So firewalls, in firewalls, what we will do? We create firewall rules. Based on the rules, firewalls will work. So allow, deny traffic using firewall. If you want to connect your private network, office network, we require VPN. Through VPN, you can connect. In the VPN server, you'll be having firewalls, right? So through firewall will allow good traffic, bad traffic will be denied, will block. Yeah, this is a good traffic. It is allowing. Next one, bad traffic. See here, this will not accept. Fine. Yeah. Next one. So what is replication and failover and load balancer? These are very important terms. Replication, failover, load balancer. What does it mean? What is replication, anyone?
Syncing between two sites or two systems. Synchronization.
Duplicating.
Yeah, synchronization. So for example, in AWS, what we will do? In AWS, when we configure any devices, servers, when we configure any network, that will be replicated to other region. In AWS, we have regions, availability zones, right? Region is nothing but, what is region? Anyone? Region.
Place.
Geographical location.
Yeah. Region is a geographical location, you can say, or else, yeah, in our cloud terminology, we use region is a data center, simply. Okay. Availability zone also a data center. Availability zone also a data center. So that we will discuss tomorrow. I'll explain that. Okay. Region, availability zone. Why we require region? Why we require availability zone? Right. So yeah, every region. For example, in India we have Mumbai region. We have Mumbai region. Under this Mumbai region, we have availability zones. Availability zone also a data center. Region is a data center. Availability zone also a data center. Why we require availability zones? To replicate the data. So we have Hyderabad availability zone is there, Bangalore is there, Chennai is there, Kolkata is there. These are 4 availability zones. So the data will be synchronized from one region to other region, right? Yeah. So in 2016, major floods happened in Chennai. Major floods happened in Chennai. 2016. By the time when the major floods happened, most of the IT area affected. Most of the IT area affected. So most of the companies shut down by the time, because no electricity, no diesel to run the generators, even no drinking water. So by the time our employees, Chennai guys, they switched from Chennai to Hyderabad, they worked from here. So 10 days, no power, no diesel, no water also, drinking water, right? So by the time one of the availability zone also down, our data center also down. So if the data center is down, what will happen? Cloud data center is down, Chennai data center. What will happen? Whatever applications are, whatever applications are running on that data center, whatever servers are running, whatever database are running, everything will be down, right? Yeah. So if the data center, the data center will be accessible through global. So anywhere you can access, right? Yeah. When the data center is down, availability zone is down, what will happen here? So whatever other availability zones are there, those will take care, right? So region is one region, availability zones are 4 available. So by the time the applications, databases, servers, so accessible through Hyderabad location, because replication mechanism. Okay, replication. So this availability zones, you can say DR data centers. Availability zones, you can say DR data centers. What is DR data center?
Disaster
Anyone?
recovery. Disaster
Disaster,
recovery.
disaster recovery data centers. If any one zone is down, other zone will take care of. So when AWS or Azure or GCP, when they want to establish any data center, they will check 100 years of historical data. Last 100 years, they will check historical data. Any major floods are happening, any earthquakes are happening frequently, any terror attacks are happening. These are all considerations, right? So they planned, yeah, AWS planned one data center in Vizag 2 years back. So after Hudud, they cancelled that. Hudud major disaster happened in Vizag, right? So after Hudud, they cancelled that. They moved to Kolkata, right? So they will check 100 years of historical data, right? So these data centers are very old data centers, right? If one data center is down, another data center will take care of the resources, right? So here, every platform, every cloud platform, they're trying to give high availability, high security, right? So yeah, if the data center is down, if the applications are down, database are down, what will happen? So client business will be impacted. For example, Flipkart is there, Flipkart server is there. Flipkart hosted in Chennai data center, for example. Chennai is down, Flipkart will be down, business will be impacted. So when the vendor is unable to provide the availability, what will happen? Eventually, the customers will switch to other platform because competition. We have 25 more clouds available, right? So AWS, GCP, and Azure, these are very popular clouds. So yeah, we have competition here. That is why AWS is providing very high availability, high security. So one availability zone is down, other availability zone will take care of the resources. Even though zone is down completely, complete zone is down, our data will be accessible through other region, not zone, region. Complete region is down, for example. Mumbai region is down. If the region is down, availability zones also will be down. If the region is down, the data will be accessible through nearby region. Our nearby region is Singapore. From Singapore, you can access the data. So backend, they have backup mechanism. They will take backup. If the availability zone is down, without any manual intervention, automatically data will be accessible. But region is down, manually AWS will enable. So yeah, 2 years back, one of the US region was down. North California was down. By the time the data, whatever applications are there in the region, those are accessible through other region, Texas region. Okay. Yeah, if any region is down also, not an issue. Zone is down, not an issue. Region is down, not an issue. Data will be accessible through other region, other zone. That level of high availability provided by AWS. Even though security also, first concern every customer raises. For example, if any organization want to opt this AWS cloud, first question is security. How the security will be addressed? Security is the first concern, right? If the AWS is unable to provide the security, they can switch to other platform, right? Yeah, availability, security is most important, right? Yeah. See here. So replication is a technology for copying and distributing data and database object from one database to another, and then synchronizing between databases to maintain consistency and integrity of the data. In most cases, replication is a process of reproducing the data at the desired targets, whatever target you configure, right? So this replication availabilities will be taken care by AWS. You don't need to touch. That will be taken care by AWS. See here, this is the replication configuration. For example, we have primary region, secondary region, right? So user is accessing data through primary region. From primary region, is the user is accessing data. So in case primary region is down, the data will be accessible through secondary region, which is nothing but failover. You can say failover. Through secondary region, data will be accessible. Okay. So this formulations will be taken care by AWS only. So replication mechanism, yeah. So AWS, not only AWS, even Azure also, GCP also, they have a replication mechanism. Fine. Any questions up to here? Anyone? Anyone having any questions?
DHCP stands.
Sorry. Can you come again?
Sir, what is failover? Can you come again, please?
Failover means simply you can say if any one region is down, other region will provide the data. You can access through other region, even though the user doesn't know from where I'm accessing. Automatically failover will be happened. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
See here, one copy, the same copy is available in the other region also. These are the files, for example. Same copy is replicated to other region. Same data can be accessed through other region. Right? Duplicate copy. Fine. Any other questions?
The one region failed. How much distance we use that region, and like we have to use proxy of how much
Yeah,
distance?
your voice is not audible, Andy. So your voice is not clear. I think you have some issue with your mic. Can you check? Can you connect earphone something and you can speak?
Okay.
Your voice is not audible. Yeah, some disturbance.
Uh, so I have a question here. Maybe I'm jumping out of subject here. So we are only paying for the primary reason of primary reason, right? So when there is a situation where failover happens to the secondary reason, so even our costing and pricing will also be pre-considered on secondary reason, or only when failover is happened, then this billing will come into picture.
No, not like that. Not like that.
Mhm.
Right? So costing will not be changed. Costing is same because by default they are providing failover.
Okay.
If the reason is fail
Okay.
or not fail, costing is same. By
Okay.
default they are providing.
So it is not our option that we are selecting the second reason what it should be. It is
By
predefined by.
default, no, not like that. In cloud environment, if you opt or not opting, that will be by default the data will be available because
Oh,
we have regions, zones also. Zones are configured already.
yeah.
For example, you are working in Hyderabad region, Hyderabad availability zone. In case the zone is down, you can access from Bangalore. The data will be accessible from Bangalore. You can sit here, you can access the data from Bangalore.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. By
So
default, that will
okay.
be happening. That is already
Okay.
configured.
Understood. So will there be any conflicts with the network, or will there be any conflicts with the IP address? Because primary reason will have one set of IP, and secondary reason will have definitely other IP, right? Some other IP.
Exactly. Good
Will
question.
there be any will there be any conflict here? Because do we have to change any IP addresses at the user end?
Fine. Good question. So no need to change any IP address. Automatically
Mhm.
IP will be changed when you switch to other network. Switch means
Okay.
it is not manual. Automatically it will switch to other network. When it is changed, you will get some pop-up. You are accessing
Yeah.
through backend availability zone. But
Yeah.
IP automatically change backend. You will not get any disturbance. For example, you are in a video conference, for example. You are in video conference, some meeting is going on. So, yeah, this availability zone is down, Hyderabad availability zone. You are showing some servers. You have some video conference with the client. So automatically, the network will switch to Bangalore. You will get some pop-up, small pop-up, right? Backend IP also will change without any disturbance. That will work, right? So that is nothing but failover. No need to enable manually. No need to change any IP address here.
Can I consider this kind of situation as cluster?
Yes, clusters will be there. So clusters also will be there. Yeah, clustering also same concept. Cluster means group of servers configured as a single unit. One server is down, other server will take care of.
Yeah, because I remember in our project we are following HA, high availability.
High availability.
Same,
Yes.
replication we are using.
Yes, correct. Same method also. Same concept. Cluster also.
Okay. So even subnets, whatever network type we have configured at primary, will also be replicated to secondary node, right?
Same.
Subnet. Yeah, everything will be okay.
Yeah. For example, this is Hyderabad region. In Hyderabad region, whatever VPC, whatever subnets you create, that entire VPC will replicate to other availability zone, other region.
Thank you. That answers. Thank you.
Yeah. So while working on VPC, we'll go deep dive. That is networking part. So in AWS, while working on VPC, we'll go deep dive. That is very simple, very easy. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions, anyone?
Hi Ram, is there will be any configurations for changing the zone locations? I mean, from Bangalore to Hyderabad and backend.
No need to change any configurations. Automatically, it will
Okay.
take.
Okay. Thank you.
Fine. Yeah. Whoever not having the videos, demo videos, I'll provide you in the group today. So don't worry, you can download. Fine. Yeah. So these are the concepts, right? Yeah. So why Linux we are using in real-time projects? Okay. So it is most of the organizations backend they are using Linux servers only, because when we compare with Windows, Linux is more secure. Desktops, laptops we use Windows, but backend server side we use Linux only for security concerns, right? So Linux is free and open source, secure, so many distributions available, fast performance. These are the things. No viruses, no malwares, no slowdowns, no crashes, no costly repairs in Linux, right? So Linux is very high secure. Any threats or malwares or viruses released directly attack to the Windows first. But Linux very less threats, only 5% risk in Linux, right? No crashes, no costly repairs. Normally Windows servers will crash frequently, but Linux servers will not crash. No costly repairs also. That is why backend most of the organizations they are using Linux servers only, right? So we required Linux commands, nearly 40 commands required. So once complete the AWS, we'll work on Linux, right? So tomorrow we'll start AWS. So tomorrow we don't do any practical things, okay? So theoretically we can walk through the console tomorrow. How to create account, AWS account, what are the services available, how to access the account, right? So what are the different services, compute services, networking services, storage services, right? So we'll walk through that. So day after tomorrow, slowly we'll enter into the services. Fine. Yeah. Any questions? Clear, right, everyone?
Yes.
These are these are the things. So tomorrow we'll start working on AWS. So tomorrow also we'll walk through the AWS console completely. So day after tomorrow onwards, we start working on EC2, S3, VPC, auto scaling, different services are there, monitoring services, Cloud Watch, Cloud Trail, security groups, elastic IPs. Fine. Yeah, anyone joined today first session?
Yes, Ram, myself, Praveen here.
Okay, Praveen, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just WhatsApp me. I give my number here. I provide you content and if any demo videos required. So my mobile, can you provide your mobile number and WhatsApp number and
No,
email address here in the chat?
thanks for that, Ram. Already I spoke to you yesterday, and you have already
Okay.
provided the demo videos. May I call you after this call for a couple of minutes?
Yeah. So you can call me. Better you can call after 10,
10 o'clock? Fine.
right?
Fine, Ram. I'll call you after 10 o'clock.
Right. So we
Thank you.
stop here. Tomorrow we'll start AWS. So AWS services very easier to handle AWS. Okay. So 80% of the servers and network will be taken care by AWS. Other 20% as a DevOps engineer we have to take care because currently there is no admin roles. Admin roles already gone, right? So DevOps engineer will take care of the infrastructure. He will maintain the infrastructure. Fine. Yeah. So we stop here.